You're listening to the Chronicles of Living podcast, where we talk to everyday people about everyday things in the past, present, and future. Now let's talk. Greetings, my visionary dreamers. How's everybody doing on Let's Talk Sunday? This is ADionne, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from yourself, from the world, from some real bullshit. And you are listening to Chronicles of Living Chronicles of Living podcast show, the show for everyday people doing everyday things, living everyday life. Y'all know I just kind of started the YouTube channel and I upload when I can. But to the newcomers out here, I just want to welcome you to the show today. Thank you for tuning in. And to my listeners, my diehard listeners, I just want to send love, peace and hair grease out to you guys today. And, you know, the topic of the day is to whom much is given, much is required. We hear that saying a lot, guys. And to the newcomers out here, this show is really just about some real talk. You know what I mean? The things that we go through in life. Excuse me. I just got finished eating on an everyday basis. You know, sometimes good, sometimes bad, but what is really bad is really not good, is really, you know, there to teach us, there to show us new things about ourselves, new strengths that we have, just different things about us that we might have to face about ourselves, or about how we can conquer it, or how we can, you know, just how smart we are to think outside the box. Let's say that, okay? And that's what this show is about, in order for us to really, truly be successful on our path to our dreams and our visions, and really achieve them. You know, shit gonna happen. You know, that's just the way life is. And yes, we are all human, but this topic literally came about when I was just before I pushed the live button, you know. And if you've been following the show, you know, sometimes I have titles that's already, you know, planned, and sometimes I just go by what my spirit, you know, lays on me. And when I say that was spoke, I was going to do something else, but when I say, just as I was about to push the button, it was like this voice that said, whom much is given, much is required. You know, I've been going through a lot these last couple months, and you know, if you've been following the show, I've been transparent about a lot of things. I've been through a lot in my life, and but I've been able to overcome, you know, the different obstacles that I've faced, the different struggles that I've faced, and you know, it's life. But whom much is given, much is required. So when I say that, I'll just use me for example, and then I'll use some other examples. Okay, so for me, God has blessed me with a ton of talents. You know, you got so many people out here that don't even realize one of their talents. They're still trying to figure it out at my age of 49. What exactly is their talent? What is their purpose? For me, I figured out early on all the different talents, little by little, like they would just come out of nowhere. I would just figure out, oh, wow, I'm good at this, I'm good at that, you know, and just pursue them to whatever extent, whatever season in my life that I was in, I would pursue those different gifts, you know, and gifts come in all formats. And people think that talent and gifts is just dancing, singing, art, you know, but no, talent and having a gift can be something that a lot of people take for granted, as in organizing, being resourceful, you know, what I'm doing now, talking. There are so many different talents that you can have that you are taking for granted, that you don't even realize that other people wish they can be a great organizer, wish that they can be resourceful, wish that they can talk up for themselves and knew how to communicate well with other people or connect with different groups of people. Those are talents. Those are gifts. But on the other hand, with me, I've been blessed to have a lot of talents in the art world. You know, I used to dance when I was in school, high school, jazz, tap, modern, ballet, you know, I did some acting, I did modeling, I designed clothes, just a ton of different things. And anything that my interest, would go towards, anything that I was curious about, I would just go ahead and try it out, you know, and see where it landed me, you know, on down to, I'm always interested in like things like HGTV. So I learned how to put down floors and, you know, different places that I've had, or paint or design and stuff like that. So, but with all that said, I'm just giving you a little example, but with all that said, you know, when God chooses you to do things like this, like a podcast show or like a YouTube channel or things that's in the public eye, you know, it's not easy. It's not easy. And people think that, you know, these YouTubers or podcast people or, you know, speakers, that they just have it all together and that life is great for them. But no, everybody goes through their shit. You know what I mean? Everybody goes through things in life to become who they were meant to become. We all have to go through the fire in some type of way. You know, what it is that, do you choose to go through the fire and get burnt and stay there? Or do you choose to go through the fire and, you know, while you're going through the fire, you might get a little smoky, you know, you might get a little smoke coming off of you. But what do? Sometimes you just got to go in your little cave, or sometimes you got to go to your little peaceful place and, you know, talk it out with yourself. Sometimes you might have to have a little cry out. Sometimes if you have somebody that you can talk to listen to you while you're going through, do that. But just know that whom much is given, much is required. And remember that. So now let me use some other examples to tie it all in. You look at people that's out here now, these celebrities, these, you know, people that we call so-called famous. They are regular people, just like me and you. And at one point in their lives, some of them that weren't born with a silver spoon in their mouths anyway, some of them came from nothing to a whole lot of something. You know, I do talk about Tyler Perry a lot. I like using him because of the fact that this man, he never gave up, as hard as it was for him. You know, he was homeless. He was living out his car. He had many jobs and he failed many times. And when I say failed, I don't mean failed in a negative sense, but he went to work at his play and getting it up and running so many times and never had the results that he truly wanted, and then had to keep going back to the drawing board, back to a job, back to even living out his car, whatever he had to do. You know what I mean? To the point that it pushed him to the end, I'm sure, plenty of times. But he never gave up. He never gave up. This is where the to whom much is given, much is required comes in. Now you speed up to now, you look at somebody like Tyler Perry. As he said, Hollywood didn't want him, but that didn't deter him from his dream. What'd he do? He went out and built his own Hollywood. Straight, just his own Hollywood. And not only did he build his own Hollywood, he was able to employ a whole lot of folk that had been actors and actresses that had been sitting on his shelves for some years. He was able to revamp their whole career. He was able to, or is able to, because it's not even past tense, it's still current tense with him, to give jobs to people that the Hollywood wouldn't give a chance to. So through all his struggles and all his obstacles that he faced, all his hardships, and I'm sure his many nights of crying or many days of crying, to who much is given, much is required. He has a whole lot of much right now. Whole lot of much right now. You know what I'm saying? But if he didn't go through all the things that he went through to build the thick skin that he has now, he wouldn't be able to deal with the critics and the people that disagree with him, maybe disagree with him playing as a woman, as Medea, or just, people just talk crap just to be talking crap. You know what I mean? People put stories out there that's untrue just because, But it seems to me that Tyler Perry is doing just fine and not worried about what other people have to say about him. He's not worried about, the past or what things happened to him, what he's doing, he's moving on. And I'm sure that as much money as he has, he still has moments that he's faced with that's probably not so pleasant. Let me say it that way. He's still a human being, but yet he continues to go on. He continues to go on. You look at somebody like Serena Williams. If you know anything about her background, her sister, and, they were born in Compton in the hood. And their father fought hard and taught them a sport that was uncommon in the hood and faced many challenges in doing that. Faced many challenges on getting them to a tennis court where he knew in that neighborhood there was a lot of gun violence and a lot of things going on. But he withstood all of that stuff for his girls to be something to get them out of the hood, And now look at Serena Williams and her sister. Look at them now. Both of them making mega money, And I'm sure just as Tyler Perry, had a lot of backlash coming into Hollywood and not being accepted by the so-called normal Hollywood or the so-called, let's say, existing Hollywood, that he had to create his own. We cannot probably even fathom the things that, and it's bad because I know Serena, sister name, but I can't think of it right there. Cause she's never in the public eye, but that's okay. She's still good. Anyway, the Williams sisters, let's say that. The Williams sisters. The things that they go through being black in a sport that we don't have a lot of black people in. I'm sure that they have endured a whole lot of backlash, especially because they're so good. You think about Tiger Woods, especially because Tiger Woods was so good in golf. You know what I mean? I'm sure that he had to endure a lot of backlash, even though we're in the 2000s, we're in the new millennium, we still have people out here that are just mad, just mad because some people break into a sport that is uncommon, just as other things that other races break into. You know what I mean? We all go through things. I say all of that to say, again, to whom much is given, much is required. So I'm just coming on here today, guys, to just, motivate y'all. If you are going through something right now, this is very dear to my heart. Right now, if you're going through anything, whether it be with your family, friends, whether it be with your job, your, starting your dream, and it's just not flowing the way you want it to flow. Anything that you got going on that you feel like right now is just looking all bad for you. Just think about those people. There are plenty more that I can name, but those are the ones that just come to mind right now, but there are plenty more out here. If you start looking at backstories of these people out here that's really making a lot of money in our eyes, they are very successful, and we're like, oh my gosh, they have so much. And you have people out here that say, oh, I want to be just like this person, and that actually will dress like them, actually will mimic them down to the T and want their life. You might want a person's life because you see how it looks right now in the current. But if you just knew what that person went through to get to where they are today, I guarantee you probably wouldn't want that life. You know what I'm saying? But again, To whom much is given, much is required. So if you are pursuing any type of dreams and God has placed a big vision on your heart, on your mind, on your soul, get out of the fear and don't give up the first time things go wrong. Don't give up, guys. You know, I be having so much on my plate, but I continue to go. I used to give up. I used to be like, okay, I got too much going on in life. I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to do that. And I would give the things that God put there on my heart, my passions, my talents, my gifts. I would just put them to the side because, life was just too full for me at that time. And I felt like, okay, I'll get back to it. But we got to get to a point that we fight through. We got to get to a point of, you know what? This is something that God placed on my heart to do. So no matter what, I'm going to figure out a way to do it. I'm going to figure out a way to work around it because at the end of the day, you don't know if that's your test. You don't know if God is testing you to see just how bad you want a thing. Let me throw this at her. Let me throw this at him. You know what I mean? Let me just see if they're going to rise to the occasion. Let me see if they're going to come through the fire. Let me see how they're going to come through the fire with this so that I can know just how much I want to give them at the end of the day. At the end of the day, the so-called enemy, when the enemy, and whichever way you want to call the enemy, I'm so sorry if y'all hear something in the background. My mom is here visiting. She got TV on all out. Anyway, but the enemy, and whichever way you want to call the enemy, whether you want to call it the devil, whether you just want to call it the enemy or whatever, knows what you have inside you and what it is that once you break through, how many people you're going to inspire, how many people you're going to encourage or motivate because of your gifts and your talents and your dreams and your visions. You know what I mean? So things are going to come at you to try to, it's almost like sometimes somebody just has their foot on you. I mean, I know that's how I feel sometimes when I'm going through some things. I really feel like it's somebody that's just like, maybe got a door closed and it's like, no, you're not going to get through this door. You're not going to get through this door. You're not going to break through. I'm going to hold you. Like picture like 10 people holding this door that you're trying to get through. And on the other side of that door is your true breakthrough. It is the beginning of your wish fulfilled. It's the beginning of all your dreams and your visions really coming to life, really being successful. Sometimes that's how it feels. And we got to start envisioning, okay, if it's 10 people at the door holding us back, that each time something happens, we push through, that one person leaves that door, then another person, all the way into the point that it gets to one person and it's just you and that one person on the other side of that door that's holding you back from your dreams and your visions and your goals. And all you got to do is push just a little bit harder. And then you push and that door flings open and that person falls and you just walk over that person. And now what? You're in dreamland. I hope that was a good visual for you guys, because I don't know, it just came in my spirit to say that. But I think it is a good analogy as to, you know what I mean? Sometimes the things that we face in life and how much pressure it is. And, you just really want to get to your dreams and your visions. You just really want to do what it is that you're put here on this earth to do in this time, space, and reality. But things just keep coming against you, holding you back, But again, we do create our own reality. And when I say that, I mean, when things happen, we make choices that cause results. And those results are going to be all based on how you react to a situation. And I'm not saying like I'm human just like you. Trust me, I've had some times, include today. You got to cry it out. You got to call a friend that's going to listen, you know what I mean? And sometimes you don't have friends that listen. I mean, that's me. Like, I got plenty of friends, but not all of them really get me like that. So, you might not have people in your life that get you that you can really talk to when you're going through a thing, And in that case, I think I talk a lot about how I go to the park, how I get by some water, how, definitely you got to pray and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you have to stay hopeful. You have to, get back on track and get your faith level up, because at the end of the day, who do you want to win? Do you want the so-called enemy to win? Or do you want your purpose to win? Do you want to get your purpose out there so that whoever you're assigned to purposely, that it can help them, along with their dreams and their visions? This is what life is about. We do got to take the good with the bad. And yeah, we do got to know that tough times don't last forever, regardless how it looks. And definitely, there are times that you're going to get tired. There are definitely times you're going to get tired. But just take a nap. I mean, literally take a physical nap, or, take a rejuvenating nap, rather be, a soothing bath, whatever you need to do to get your calm back and to, get out your brain and to, start having that time where you can remap your plan. Because we come out here with a plan, but like I always say, our plan is not God's plan all the time. Sometimes, He'll allow things to happen to show you, like, no, this is not the way I wanted it to go. But because a thing doesn't go right, it forces you to figure out a way that it needs to go. And then sometimes it's like a detour, and sometimes you have to go a different way. If that makes any sense to you. Sometimes, those detours come to put you back on track because you was falling too far behind track. If that makes any sense to you guys out there. So, with all that being said, just know that at the end of the day, if you don't give up, that much is going to come one day. That much is going to come one day. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that might be like, when, ADionne, when? I know I get like that too. Trust me, I get like that. But just like I said on, I don't know, it was a couple episodes ago, I had a show, and I think I named it, what was it? Focus on what is working. Something like that. That's what we have to do. At the end of the day, that's what you got to do to get your energy right, to get your energy back on track. Like I said, we all human out here. So when things go, a little astray for you, do what you got to do to get it out or whatever. Like, have that moment, but don't fall in that moment. That's the thing. You cannot fall in that moment, because, you fall in that moment, then guess what? You'll never see your much. You will never get to your much, your much that's given. You will never reach that length if you fall and you never get back up. This is the thing that separates us from so-called average folk. You choose to fall and never get back up and just wallow in whatever didn't go right? Or do you choose to, release and let go and let God and ask God, okay, what's next? And wait, sit still, listen, so that you can hear clearly. What is the plan here? Okay, tell me what's the plan, because I don't know. I really don't know right now. And it gets like that sometimes. But if you really listen and you pay attention, trust me, there will be another path that'll just appear before you that you can walk to get to your much that is given. There's always going to be another way. There's always going to be another path. You might not like it sometimes, but at the end of the day, it could be the best thing for you. It's going to be the best thing for you because, as I said in one of my shows, everything is always working out for you, even when it squeezes the life out of you. Everything is always working out for our good. Trust me when I say, you lose a friend, you lose a relationship, you lose, even with losing a loved one, you know, we look at losing a loved one as horrible, but we never look at losing a loved one and reflect on all that that loved one was able to pour into our lives when they were alive. The fact that we had an opportunity to have a chance with that loved one, you know, to enjoy time with them, to learn from them, and they learn from us, and just to have that type of friend or that type of mother, father, brother, sister, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Aunt, uncle in your life, grandpa, you know, grandmom in your life. And I don't know who that was for, but maybe somebody out there is healing from a lost one. You know, you lost somebody. That's what you need to focus on. You need to focus on what is it that you got out of them while they were here in this time, space, reality, because we don't die. We just go on in the spirit room, you know, whether you believe it or not, we do. Our spirit just moves on. We're a spirit living in a human experience. That's what we are. We're all spirits living in a human experience, and this body is our costume, basically. You know what I mean? So we just go on, and they're always around. Trust me. Trust me. So whoever that was for, just know that whoever you lost, they're always around. They're always around. So, yeah, I don't know. That just got a little deep, but that's the comfort I want to give whoever that was for, because that's what God just put on my heart. Anyway, guys, hold on. You know, the show, I go by what my spirit puts on me. Sometimes I go by what I'm going through. You know what I mean? Because if I'm going through something, I know there's other people out there that's going through something that might need that encouraging word, that might not have that person that pours into them and that can speak words of encouragement or motivation into them. So I'm your girl. Okay? I'm your girl. Come to Chronicles of Living podcast show when you need a word. Look at the title. See what it's talking about. And if the title hits you, you know that's the word you need for that day. You know? And I really, really, really enjoy this. I was talking to a friend earlier today, and I was just telling them how, you know, even when I'm going through, I still find the energy to encourage others. I still find the energy to be there for others, and I put myself aside. And it actually is fuel for me in some type of way. It's fuel for me when I'm able to do that. When people need my conversation, my advice, or me to motivate them in some type of way to get them through, it takes the focus off of what I'm going through. Yes, whatever I'm going through might still be there, but at the end of the day, it fills me back up. It fills my energy back up with more hope and more faith. So sometimes that's what we got to do, guys. If we got things that's going on in our lives, find somebody that you can encourage. Find somebody you can inspire. Go out and, if you got money, you know, go to the movies, pay for the person that's in line. You see a single mom, pay for, you know what I mean? Pay for their ticket and buy them some popcorn. You go to a restaurant, you see, you know, somebody that kind of, I mean, you don't want to judge people. You don't know who's struggling. So just do it out the kindness of your heart. Follow your spirit. If God say, you know, just the other day, I can remember I was at the gas station. I was coming out and I saw this lady. She had 2 kids, and I think that the son, he looked to be about 10. And the car, I don't know if she was having car trouble, but it seemed that way. It seemed like she was on the phone or whatever. And God put on my heart when I was going in to get my gas to give the little boy $5, right? I really carry cash, but I just happened to have $5 in my pocket that day. Because I'm always, you know, most of the time I carry just my cards or whatever. And when I carry cash, it just goes. Anyway, God put on my heart. I just heard it so clearly. Give him $5. I don't know them people. But this is what God does to me a lot. I just don't question it. I just do it. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go get this gas. I'm going to come back out. I'll get a boy $5, right? So I came out and I went up to the car. They had the windows down and the mom was on the cell phone. I was like, excuse me, is it okay if I give your son some money? And she was like, huh? She was like looking at me like, what the hell? And I was like, I just feel the need to, I have a son, you know what I mean? And I just want to do this for him. Can I do that for him? And she was like, okay, yeah. And I gave him the $5 and I was like, save this. And, I talked to him for a little bit. And then she was, smiling. He was smiling, of course. And I walked off. I don't know what it was for. Maybe the little boy needed some help, hope or something. I don't know. Maybe that was a seed that was planted for him that, everybody's not bad people. I don't know what the reason was. But the bottom line is, when you tune into your higher self, when you tune into your spirit, you will hear. You will hear guidance. You will hear what to do. You will hear how to give to people. You will hear the things that will help you out along your journey. And the more you listen to that voice and you don't disregard it just because it might seem like a crazy thing, just because it might seem like, oh, shoot, this is my last dollar. No, God, I'm not doing it. Trust me, it's been plenty of times God put on my heart, like, you know what? You need to do this. You need to do that. And I wasn't all that tight, but I did it and I felt good about it. I just felt good about it. And then something good would happen to me. Like literally, I think after I gave that little boy $5, I think something happened and I wound up getting it right back that same day anyway, through a blessing, through a tip or something like that. I think I went out to Uber or whatever and I got a couple tips, so I got it back. But the point is, when you do good, it has to come back to you. When? Don't ask me that. Don't hit me up on email. Don't do that and say, ADionne, listen, Linda. I've been waiting for eons, okay? When is something going to come back to me? Trust me, I get like that sometimes, but just trust and know. As long as you keep a genuine heart, as long as you do good by people, sometimes your blessings show up in different ways. It might not even be the way you think. Maybe it might be a blessing for your kid. Maybe it might be a blessing for your spouse or whatever like that. But the blessings do come. So always count your blessings whenever you're down. Know that you're breathing. If you're breathing, you're walking. You're blessed. You know what I'm saying? That's blessing enough. You know what I mean? Because that means that you still have an opportunity to go into the next day and make a different choice or do something to better your life. You still have that opportunity. You get what I'm saying? So I'm going to cut this show short right now. I always say that, and then I listen back and I be like, I'm still talking. But y'all know, I just love talking to you guys, and I really always hope and pray before I start the show and even after, like, that my shows come across the ear that really needs to hear, okay? That really needs to hear what I'm saying, and the words encourage you guys to stay on path, and if you fall off, to get back up and to know that whatever God put on your heart, whatever is a burning desire on your heart to face the so-called fear, the so-called, you know what I mean? Oh gosh, I just forgot the analogy. It'll come back to me. But, yeah, just to face your fears and walk through, because at the end of the day, fear is just you fearing something that you don't even know is on the other side of that door. You know what I mean? What's the worst that can happen? You walk through and it's great. Or you walk through and it's just not as great as you thought. But at least you walk through. You get what I'm saying? You never know. You never know. You gotta do things you never did in your life. You gotta get out there and fly. You gotta come out your cocoon and fly like a butterfly, guys. Do what it is that's heavy on your heart to do. Just take the chance, take the risk. You know what I mean? You just never know. It could be great. It could change your life forever. Forever. Forever, ever? Forever, ever. Yes, forever, ever. So I'm going to go, guys. And like I said, I really hope that and pray that you got something out of this. Definitely continue your emails. And thank you guys for supporting me. Purchasing the Visionary Dreamer's Life on Amazon and Barnes and Nobles. Just search up April ADionne Williams Visionary Dreamer Journal, 90-day journal, and Visionary Dreamer Transform Your Life, the workbook. Trust me, they will help you guys out. These are books that I put together through doing activities with people, the things that's helped me out in life, and I'm sure it will help you out in life. So thank you guys for everybody that's been so supportive of my books, of the show, even going on YouTube. I know I didn't do a video all week, but I gotta find a way. I gotta dump my phone and clear everything out because I'll be videoing through my phone. I really gotta clean some things out. So just go ahead and sign on to the YouTube channel, Chronicles of Living. Subscribe. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell so whenever I do upload, y'all will be the first to get it. Okay? And share. Continue to share with your friends, your family. I appreciate you guys so much. Y'all just don't know how it feels to be able to, God, to bless me with this platform to talk to you guys and help out whoever it is that is helping out. I'm grateful. I'm so thankful and I'm so grateful. So with that being said, I will talk to you guys next Sunday. Okay? This is ADionne, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from yourself, from the world, from some real bullshit, y'all. And you are listening to Chronicles of Living podcast show, the show for everyday people doing everyday things, living everyday life. You know, it's extraordinary folk doing the damn thing the best way we can. Okay? So with that, love, peace, and hair grease, guys. I love you guys. Talk to y'all next Sunday. Thank you for listening to Chronicles of Living, where we talk to everyday people about everyday things in the past, present, and future. And if you are pursuing your dreams, I'm proud of you. Because the best part of life is when you decide to live. To keep up with us, please visit chroniclesofliving.com. Until next time, this is ADionne, your dream pusher. I love you guys.